want someone to believe a lie, all you have to do is tell it to them over and over and over.
One thing I can promise you this, I will always tell you the truth.
Donald Trump lies like breathing. He doesn't know what the truth is.
The crowd was massive. That was all the way back down to the Washington Monument. It looked like 1 million, 1.5 million people to get this network. And it showed an empty field. And it said we drew 250,000 people. Now, that's not bad, but it's a lie.
This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period.
Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts to that.
We built the greatest economy in the history of the world. Best unemployment numbers, best everything. And I gave you the biggest tax cut in the history of our country. We took care of the VA with Veterans Choice. You saw that. What Obama passed was nothing. You know, the wall is being built, and we're doing 10 miles a week. It'll be completed very soon. So we're going to Texas. We're going to the southern border. As you know, we've completed the wall. They may want to expand it. And Mexico is paying for the wall, by the way, in case you had any questions. These fact checkers, they'll check facts with me, and I'm like 99% right. And they'll say, and therefore, he lied. We got $28 billion from China that went to our farmers because they targeted you. We tariffed China a lot of money, and they paid for it. You didn't pay. You know, the fake news likes to say, you don't pay. They paid.
We won Georgia easily. We won it by hundreds of thousands of votes. Actually, I won Wisconsin.
We will win this, and as far as I'm concerned, we already have won it. There has never been, ever before, an administration that's been so open and transparent. I was the most transparent, and am, transparent president in history. some of the most dishonest people in media are the so-called fact checkers. They say the noise causes cancer. You tell me that one, okay? I went through the whole Mueller hoax. They did this big report. I was totally exonerated.
Did you actually totally exonerate the president?
No,
Your reports expressly states that it does not exonerate the president.
it does. My father is German, right? Born in a very wonderful place in Germany. No religion, no anything. Hurt the Bible, hurt God. 12 years ago, I was named Man of the Year of Michigan. Can you believe it? Long before I thought about it. You look at what's happening last night in Sweden. Sweden. Who would believe this? Sweden.
Problem is, nothing much had happened in Sweden.
Sweden is accusing Trump of fake news.
By the way, I brought back Big Ten football. It was me, and I'm very happy to do it. If you don't test, you don't have any cases. If we stop testing right now, we'd have very few cases, if any. This is going to go away without a vaccine. It's going to go away, and we're not going to see it again.
Donald Trump tells more lies and falsehoods than any president in either party in history.
I have to be always very truthful, because if I'm a little bit off, they call me a liar. They'll say he gets a Pinocchio, the stupid Washington Post. Oh boy, these people are bad. What a group of people we have. What a group of dishonest scum we have, I'm telling you. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter. As far as the Epstein files is, I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. But I guess I turned out to be right. But you know who does have? Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, who ran Harvard, was with him every single night, every single weekend. They lived together. They went to his island many times. I never did. Andrew Weissman, I hear. All these guys were friends of his. You don't even talk about those people. You just keep going on the Epstein files. And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked about today. It's a hoax. Now, I just got a little report, and I put it in my pocket, of all the money that he's given to Democrats. He gave me none, zero, no money to me, but he gave money to Democrats.
And here are 6 kids Donald Trump has formally raped in the span of 6 years. Michael Parker, just 10 years old, was orally raped by Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Trump paid his parents $3 million in settlements. Kelly Foyer, just 12 years old, was forced into intercourse by Donald Trump at the Trump Tower and was given a $1 million settlement. Charles Bacon, 11 years old, was forced into oral and anal sex by Donald Trump in the Trump Tower in 1994. He was given a $3 million settlement. Rebecca Conway, just 13 years old, was forced into oral and intercourse by Trump at the Trump Vineyard Estates. She was given a $5 million settlement. Maria Oliveira, 12 years old, was forced into intercourse by Trump at Mar-a-Lago and was given $16 million in settlements. Kevin Knoll, forced into anal rape in the Trump Tower in 1998, and the settlement details are unknown. We are not mad enough.
Or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein.
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done.
Paint a similar picture.
Just describe to us the way Donald Trump behaved at these parties.
I mean, this guy it was like a predator in action.
I went to the washroom and I was going in and a girl was coming out and she kind of looked at me and I go, "Have you talked to that Trump guy?" And she goes, "Yeah." As I was walking by, he's like trying to grab my ass.
We do know that he was having sex with them.
How do you know that?
Because the next day or days after, we would hear about it. He'd brag about it to his friends, and it would get around that he scored. You know, maybe 1 or 2 girls at a time, which is what he loved to do.
King is the age of some of the models at the parties.
There was girls, I would say 14, 15 years old, from Europe, the European girls.
They were 14 or 15?
There were girls that were 14, 15 years old, for sure. I mean, I didn't run up and say, how old are you? But they looked younger than I was, and I was 17. You just knew because of what they were wearing and how they would hold themselves.
And these girls are all like, you know, anywhere from 14, 15, 16 years old. There was very few girls above the age of 19 there.
And you saw Donald Trump with these girls who were that young, 15, 16?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, they're standing around with them, ogling them.
It was just disgusting. I felt like I was in the presence of a shark we're getting ready to roll his eyes back in his head and bite me. You know, that's how I felt. It was just like, get the hell out of here.
Pilling was a young model in New York. He first saw Donald Trump at a party in the late 80s. She's never spoken publicly about it before.
He said, how old are you? And I said, 17. He goes, oh, great. So you're not too old, not too young. That's just great. I remember one of the waitresses offered him a drink. He didn't take the drink, and he slapped her bottom. She was a blonde. He gave her a butt a slap, and he was very loud. He was like, don't worry, that's not your tip.
Heather Braden also saw Donald Trump at model parties in the 90s. One was in Florida. At 23, she was one of the oldest women there.
I remember particularly seeing him at a party at a house in Miami. This particular party, there were 4 men and probably 50 models.
4 men and 50 models?
That's approximately what I would remember. And I was one of the models. I mean, I felt like I was in some, you know, I could have been very well being auctioned off in some sort of a sex slave ring. That's how I felt. I felt like a piece of meat in a meat market. You know, I mean, I feel like.
And hearing the chaperones say, ladies, listen up. We've got someone that's going to come in and see you. Make sure you're at least covered up. All of the girls were changing, getting their bras and underwear on and getting ready to put on their opening number outfits.
So when Donald Trump walked in, there were women in there who weren't fully clothed?
Correct. Women were not fully clothed when Donald Trump came in.
And those women were, what, as young as 15?
Yes, 15 years old.
I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Happily married, and, you know, her father.
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
By the way, your daughter.
She's beautiful.
Can I say this? A piece of ass.
Yeah.
She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous. She's tall. She's almost 6 feet.
You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
In November, when we take the House and the Senate, if Todd Blanchard confirmed as the Attorney General of the United States, he would be a cabinet officer and therefore a civil officer under the Constitution. That means the House of Representatives could vote to impeach him if it believed there were grounds. The Senate would then hold an impeachment trial that a two-thirds majority of senators present would be required to convict and remove him from office. Being appointed or confirmed as Attorney General does not make someone immune from impeachment. Whether an impeachment actually occurs is a political and constitutional process, and whether it succeeds depends on whether the House approves articles of impeachment and whether two-thirds of the Senate votes to convict. We know he in Trump's bitch and will do anything Trump tells him to do. And we all know Trump breaks the law all the time. And we know Trump is not that bright and does not give a shit about this country. So voters get out there and voted blue in every race, down the line so we can fix this country, and then have an impeachment party for Trump and his whole gang pedos and pedo protectors.